Oh shit.
Oh shit!
Guess who's back?
Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum.
Doesn't that get you going, bro? I love it.
That's my shot of caffeine, man, to get me pumped for this.
Hell yeah. Shout out to everybody checking in. We already got 3 live viewers.
Nice.
Name of the show is Let's Talk About It, and that's exactly what we do. We have some topics, but if you have one, pop it in the comment section. Let us know you're here. We'll talk about it. We may not know shit about it. Of course,
That never stopped me anyway.
Yeah, never stopped either one of us from pretending that we know what the fuck we're talking about. But if you want to join the show, the link is everywhere. You can get it in the description. You can get it off the screen right now. We're gonna have it scrolling the entire time with this one right here. So the links are down there. You just put it in your phone, huh?
You got one showing that's not the.
Oh, that's not the right one.
Yeah, well, the one that's scrolling is.
Oh, the one that's scrolling is wrong. Don't use
the one that's scrolling is right. The one that's static is wrong.
Oh, okay. Let me change that.
All right, so if you guys are out there, G said we got 3 viewers. There we go. Herbie checking in, Keith checking in. Who
Herbie.
Else everybody
so the way Keith McCartney, what's up, boy? We go way back, son. He said he was gonna check out the podcast. Shout out to Keith McCartney and Herbie Withers. What up? The link's at the bottom of the screen. You don't need it on the fucking screen as well. I'm gonna post our topics in the window right here in the chat window. But it's wide open. We want to get to these things. We don't have to talk about these things. If you got something to talk about, that's exactly what this podcast was created for. Got a lot of social media out there and just the negativity, and you can't even have a grown folk conversation with anybody without someone labeling you, or you get a lot of stuff out of context. So we decided to do this podcast, and anything that we see on Facebook, we talk about it. You want to talk about it? We talk about it. Don't matter what it is. We've talked about crunchy versus creamy peanut butter. We've talked about Biden versus Trump. We went through the whole election together. We went through the rioting and the everything. We did everything. So everything's on the table. We're going to start, doing that part of the show in a minute. We got a couple things to take care of. Again, you can go to, if you're not on Facebook, you can go to YouTube, the Who Cares Podcast YouTube page. It's right there. Hook it up and check us out on YouTube. We have a couple YouTube users, but we have a segment that we usually start with that seems to be Scotty's favorite, and I think
we must have some good stuff this week.
Well, we only got 1 email, so this is what I'm gonna tell you. Let me get this up real quick. So this is episode 11. If you don't want to talk to us, we understand. Not a lot of people want to come on face to face. Just hit up the comments. We'll talk through the comments, or just watch. And even if you don't want to watch, do me a favor and share it. Okay? That's all we're asking. Just hit share and walk away. You could be like, I almost watched the podcast last night. Bam, share it. That's it. That's all we ask. But right now, it's hate mail time. So before we start this, if you have any hate mail, you can send it to whocarespodcast2020@gmail.com. To explain the Who Cares Podcast, that's our podcast network on YouTube. So everything is Who Cares Podcast. But this is the Let's Talk About It podcast. So hit them up. We got 1 email. And so you know how an email hits and it kind of shows you a preview? Mm-hmm. So I kind of saw like maybe the first 2 lines of it, which it looks fine. But the weird part was it said, they're always weird. It said in the description, what's that thing called? Yeah, the description, right? Or the topic.
Preview.
Subject line.
Yeah.
Come on, internet guy. And the subject line said, please read live. Like, don't read this until you're live. And I'm kind of scared because I didn't. I saw the preview. I saw the first 2 sentences were perfectly fine. It sounds like a very well-written email. However, I wanted to go over that with you. I'm just going to read it, or
do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
All righty. Hold on. This is good. Let me bring it up here. This is good. I like the feedback. I hope. I just don't like the part read it live.
Oh, we got Craig Robinson checked in.
Craig Robinson in the building. Damn, you're seeing them before me. All right, cool. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm opening it. Past preview for the first time. All right, here we go. Let me get some water. It's a little long. It's a little long. All right, here we go. Hello. I have recently been watching your podcast. I appreciate what y'all are doing. Southerner, they said y'all.
Hi.
I think it's great to have a decent conversation, and I'm a small business owner, and I really enjoy your Community Spotlight podcast. That's what's up. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just so other people know, we also do little 10-minute interviews with small business owners. And he said, I particularly liked the one that you did with ABC basketball. It was great, and my son actually signed up.
Oh, sweet.
I mean, Jesus, how much better can it get, right? I do think you could better. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Here comes the hate mail.
They're gonna tell us how we can do it better. Oh, they set us up, dude. Wow. All right, I'm only 2 sentences ahead. This is gonna get good. All right. I don't think you could better promote and grow. I do think you could better promote and grow with some small changes. I think you should have. Oh, this ain't real. Hold on. I think you should have a rotating co-host. Oh, it gets so much better.
It gets better? Oh, God.
Oh, it gets so much better.
Let's
I'm like 2 sentences ahead of you. I can't even get it out. All right. I do think you could promote and grow with small changes. I think you should have a rotating co-host. Scotty Too Faggy. Scotty Too Faggy has to go, or at least be limited to 1 month per show. Oh my God, I'm crying. We already know his dumbass stances on every topic. We got it, Scott. You know everything. What the fuck does that mean? Hold on. I need Google Translator. He said, we get it, Scott. You know everything. El Cerdo. El Cerdo? It's in Spanish. Hold on. What the fuck? Do you know what that means?
No, I'm not.
Any of my Spanish speakers out there know what that means? I'm scared. All right, Google Translation. El Cerdo to English. Douchebag. He did it in Spanish. Oh my God. Listen to this shit. He's almost done. He says, other than that, keep up the great work.
That's kind of a love letter to you. Wait.
Hold on. Tell old fuckface to kick rocks.
Oh, man.
Hold on. He signs that shit. Love y'all. ScottSucks.com. Oh my God. I am literally crying, bro. Oh my God.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's got to be it's got to be an app or something, because the email address that it comes from is just like this coded ZTZ46, you know, like all these crazy numbers. So I kind of did some research from this. I think this one sent us one another time, and every time that number is different. So yeah, apparently
it's probably just a burner thing. I've used it.
Yeah, so that shit was hilarious. I'm glad I read it live though.
Oh, that's funny, man.
Oh my God.
That's terrific. Keep it coming.
I gotta know who that guy is. I want to know who he is. I mean, he don't really have a lot of detail. Like, you know, he's not saying what topics he hates that you talk about. He's just in, you know, so
pretty much all of them. I'm guessing we're on different sides of things, but
yeah, for sure. Yeah. I can't email him back because it's not a real email thing.
True.
So we got to answer him right now. Right now. So if you have any problems with old Scotty Too Faggy, as you called him, come on the show. That's
Yeah,
what's
it's
really
okay.
look.
No hard feelings.
Not only will you not show your email address, you won't even come on the show. Like, stop it. Stop it. That was awesome though. Woo.
All
All right,
you know
we got
what?
that.
I'm totally cool with that. I got a big kick out of that.
Oh, that's
Everybody,
great. And it's obvious. I mean, I don't think it's real. Like, I don't think somebody really feels that way. I think it's just
really
comedy.
It's not a death threat. I'm all right. Even then,
yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Like when it said only read live or something like that, live only read or something, and I was like, I'm scared to say it. But tonight's topics are as follows. So if you're out there and you want to join the conversation, I literally got tears in my eyes, bro. LeBron's Twitter. We'll talk about that. Joe Rogan's comments on his podcast. And do we still mask up after vaccination? Because I'm very confused. But we'll get there. We'll get there. So we'll start with, do you know what LeBron did?
Yes, I told you that I had not. You and I talked earlier, and I had not. I knew that he had tweeted something that was not well received, and then so I did actually read the tweet, and seems like a whole lot of noise to me. I mean, not him. That's just the noise. This fake. I don't know, right-wing outrage.
That's what I'm saying. Is you know what question I'm gonna ask you?
Go. What is
it? So which side of this is the woke side?
I don't know. I can't stand that word.
I know it's not. That's why I bring it up every time. It's not. You can't define it. It means literally. I know what it means, but it means it's crazy. I can't even explain it.
All right, so I think it's kind of hard to talk about the his tweet until you talk about what happened, right? I mean,
yeah, we can get into that.
On the police shooting that inspired that tweet.
Yeah, but was it though?
What was it? A police shooting?
I guess it was technically a police shooting since a police officer was shooting, but I believe that was to protect another person's life. I guess that's my question. Does the cop have to feel like his life is on the line to use deadly force, or is deadly force used when he's protecting somebody else, right?
All right, Herbie wants to know what he tweeted.
Yeah, I'm getting it. Go ahead.
But anyway, I think I read somewhere that they have that.
Herbie must live under a rock.
I think I read somewhere that police do have the right to use deadly force to protect someone else.
Of course they do. That's part of their job. That's my point.
So I think the real question here, and I mean, the other girl had a knife and was going after the other girl. So now you get into this sort of gray area where you go, okay, well, did the police officer have another option, or was this just another instance where they didn't stop to think if there was a way to de-escalate?
Yeah.
Or maybe they didn't feel like they had time. I don't know. I don't watch these videos, so I really don't know. G, if you watch the video, you have to wait.
I've watched it. I'll just tell you this. On LeBron, he jumped the gun. He just jumped the gun. So it won't let me bring up the tweet, but it's real simple. It's a picture of the guy in his uniform that shot the young lady that was stabbing the other young lady. And it just said 2 words, "You're next," meaning he would be prosecuted to the fullest extent. LeBron James is sick and tired of this shit. And I understood why he tweeted, but he didn't watch the video first, and he didn't even know what happened first. So that's where the backlash came from. Not that he's been doing that. I mean, that's one of his things, he's very vocal about it. Like every press conference he uses that. And I always get in arguments with people all the time. They're like, I can't believe you're watching the NBA. I'm like, it's great. NBA's, I know the ratings suck because nobody's watching it, and people say because there's Black Lives Matter icons on the floor, and I don't even see them. I'm watching the basketball game, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And people are like, no, you can't just, if it says, I can't breathe on the back of their helmets. Apparently there was messages on the back of NFL football helmets this year. I gave 0 fucks. I was watching it for football, So I don't understand the people that just boycott that stuff. Damn, Herbie's calling me right now. He must want to really talk. Hey man, you're live on the podcast. What's up?
I'm trying to get onto the podcast and y'all froze up. What is there something I'm doing wrong?
No, you should just have to put that link in the bottom of the screen right there, and we should see you pop in.
Well, hold on. I got booted out off of Facebook. I can't even find the damn. I went to your page. What page should I go to?
Oh no, you're just going to try to watch it. You have to literally write down that link right there and type it into your phone and come into the show.
Oh, on what page?
On your phone, just on your phone. You just put that link on your iPad, your phone, or anything, computer, and you can jump right in.
All right, I'm gonna try to find you. For some reason, it froze. I got booted out. I'm gonna try to get back on.
All right. Herbie Withers trying to check in on it. So LeBron did make a mistake. Trust me, dude. Some people call me the biggest LeBron hater. You know, I'm not a big fan. I'm just not. But in this circumstance, he did do that, and it was wrong. He should have. I guess that's the question. Does he have some type of responsibility with 100 million followers? Or is it just, it's freedom of speech, right? He's using Twitter like everybody else. He can say whatever the fuck he wants because it's freedom of speech, right? So where is that line? Like, is he more responsible because he has so many followers? Or is it just like me that have 12 followers on Twitter?
That's a tough one. Now you're going back to the age-old question of athletes. They're like, well, I didn't ask to be a role model. Yeah, you kind of did. That's part of the package here. You take that responsibility.
Well,
so,
unless it's not. Like Michael Jordan was not a role model. Dennis Rodman was not a role model, and they did not hide the fact that they did not want to be role models. I think they get paid to play basketball.
I think LeBron is a little bit different, though. I mean, he's always tried to. He's been less quiet about his politics.
Sure.
MJ, he was about cashing those checks. So
right, baby.
And again, I'm not blaming the guy either. But in order to be the biggest and best pitch man, you've got to be the least controversial, which means if you have any strong opinions about things, you got to keep them to yourself. So I don't, I can only say this. This is the way I look at it. LeBron, absolutely, if he chooses to use his fame and his platform to educate people, he should do that. If that's what he wants to do, if that makes him feel good, if that.
But the question is, should he do his due diligence?
Well, yeah, I think he should. If he made a mistake, it's okay. People make mistakes.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be the role model. He doesn't have to say anything, but he's already known for that. So I think he should be more responsible if he's chosen to do that. But on the other hand, I'm like, shit, who is he? He's just on Twitter like everybody else. Why is there special rules? Because he has a lot of followers.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he didn't. If he made a mistake, he made a mistake. I mean, it's simple. Like you said, he sort of jumped the gun. He hadn't watched the video.
No pun intended.
Yeah, and he deleted it, and he said, "Listen, I don't want this to be used as something that's divisive." He's tired of.
Yeah, you got the haters. You got the haters saying he don't do anything, and I'm like, the dude literally built a whole school, and that, he does a lot. So that he doesn't do anything doesn't work for me. They're just misinformed.
I think,
and he with everything going on, I think he just misfired, no pun intended, and just says, this is crazy. It's been every day.
Yeah,
it's been every day.
It's fucked up. And so you can't. I certainly wouldn't blame him for that. And because of all the good that he's done, I think he certainly is the type of guy who you can give the benefit of the doubt to and say, hey, honest mistake, people make them.
Right.
If he's been an asshole.
And they're just killing him. They're killing him.
Who's killing him? I don't even know. I mean.
Oh, my God. So this is what's going on. They want to boycott Nike. because Nike has literally had a picture of her and everything. A 12-year-old Vietnamese girl making his Jordans for 12 cents an hour, and LeBron's over here making $200 million and hasn't. Cops following him everywhere for security, living in Beverly fucking Hills and talking about that. That's what I'm hearing.
I don't give a fuck. I mean, he shouldn't either.
Yeah, but it's hard not to without everybody talking about it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man.
I mean, he said, I think I'm saying you're next. It's not like it would be a lot different if a cop got murdered 2 months ago and we just had a trial and then he says you're next.
Right.
That would be enticing violence or whatever. But he just said you're next. I'm assuming, meaning we're going to take your ass to court and this shit's going to stop, which is the right way to take care of the problem, right?
Right.
So
I got no issue with it. Again,
I mean, as soon as it happened, everybody was like, "Oh, G is gonna kill LeBron," and I just kill him when everybody says that he's as good as Michael Jordan or something, like some silly shit like that. Got somebody checking in.
Who we got?
Who is this? Oh shit! What's up, boy? It's my boy.
How you doing, brother?
That's Keith McCartney's son. What's
up,
bro?
Keith?
How you doing, man?
Damn, I'm doing good. Where are you at? Are you out west or something?
No, I'm in Connect, bro.
Oh, I thought you were in like Seattle or some shit for some reason.
I would be there if I could, but
how's old Schenectady doing?
better than it has been, man.
Really?
Like the shit's up and coming right now. I mean,
that casino. I thought the casino would do more harm than good.
Come on, man. It's New York.
I know.
People, man.
I know they love that shit. It's a whole different monster up there. That's crazy.
Like it's just what it is.
Oh, Schenectady. He's from the same hometown as me, Scott. It's a very different place from where we're at right now. That's for sure.
I've known this kid since he was like, I don't know what, 8.
God. Yeah, probably at like Saturday morning bowling. Like we didn't start getting fucked up together until I was a little older, but
well, come on, man. I gotta wait till you at least, drop your balls.
Yeah, when you lived on the corner there in that apartment
come on, man, above Schultz.
Yeah, how old were you? You said were you 21?
22.
22. And how old are you now? You ain't gonna tell
46,
me.
Man.
Oh, you're not that. I thought you were way older than me. I'm 42.
Fuck you bastard.
No, because I always tell everybody that I used to go, I was probably 12 or 13 up in that apartment, but I guess I wasn't. I guess I was a little older.
You were fucking older than that, motherfucker.
14 maybe? I wasn't that old.
Man, you were at least 16.
How old is Brian?
At least 16 to 18.
Now, how old's Brian?
70. He's gonna turn 45 this year.
Oh, 45. And he was 2 grades older than me, so you had to be 3 grades older than me. So, anyways,
I graduated from Mount Pleasant.
Damn, I don't even exist anymore.
Yeah, I know it don't. I was the last graduating class.
That's funny because I was the first not the first graduating class from Schenectady High, but the first group to go from freshman to senior. The first 4, completing all 4 years.
You're 4 years younger than me.
Yeah.
You're still old, bitch.
Oh, I am. I just thought you were older. That's crazy.
No, Scott's the old one, man.
You've been paying attention then.
No,
not you. My brother Scott.
Oh, damn.
But they're probably the same age, or I think this Scott's older actually.
Scott's gonna turn 50 this year.
Yeah, I'm old.
Not you, my brother.
No, I'm saying I'm the oldest one on this screen right now.
By a lot.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
The new 40, the 40 is the new 20, man. That's all I got to say. Where is your brother?
Man, I'm asleep by 9.
Damn. Does everybody used to be the one too? Like you don't understand who you fucking with when you talking about Keith McCartney. Like there was levels of McCartneyism, but he was the baddest motherfucker. You got fucked up.
Come on, man.
So-
you don't get the badge 008 without earning it.
Exactly. So you know his nickname is 008. You know why, Scott?
No.
Old English 800, 40 ounces. He just used to.
Oh.
That was like his water, bro.
I regret that now.
Yeah, I'm sure. Is everybody living there? Like, does your sister and both your brothers still live in Schenectady?
Nah, man. Actually, I'm the only one in Schenectady now.
Damn, they got out. They was like, fuck
Even
this shit.
Mom and pops went to Clifton Park, man.
Oh shit. There
Yeah,
you go.
like, they live in the same like apartment complex as B-Rock.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah,
I want to
man.
get him on the show. He be bullshitting. He's lucky I don't have
know he does,
his
man.
text
Trust me.
message. You should text him and tell him to
I've been bullshitting myself.
I know you always say you're coming on, but what did you think about LeBron?
Look, man, these guys got the voice and they need to speak their piece, man. Like, I don't care how you feel about it. He has the right to say what he wants to say.
Oh, that's not in question. The only thing I'm saying is I think he jumped the gun and he
Oh,
did
yeah,
it too fast.
of course he did, man. Like, come on. There's the thing that kills me is there are so many non-lethal weapons that you can use to take down a suspect and they keep using their guns, man.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Every situation is different. But I watched that video like she was about to stab that girl. So
No, I'm saying, but there's plenty
I
of
know
other
there's
options
tasers.
to take her out.
But I do see people walking through tasers as well. And then some dude on
shit,
oh,
man.
your
Hit her
boy
with a fucking rubber bullet in the head and she ain't gonna get up.
Yeah, that's true. Concuss that bitch. You know, like she ain't gonna
I'm
get up.
just saying, you know, like there's plenty of other ways to take people down without killing them.
It's true.
Or
It's
possibly
true.
killing them.
Well, on the flip side of that, I was watching my friend Van Jones on CNN, and he said that we should be more like places in Britain and stuff that don't carry cops, and he thinks every cop should have been able to take that knife away from her.
Oh, Britain has
If you
cops.
look at
man.
that
They just
video,
don't have
she was
guns.
about to kill this other lady, though.
No, man, trust me.
Like,
But
and he's supposed to figure out if you should
weapons
shoot her
that
with a
come-
rubber bullet or a taser. Like, he has to save her life, I think.
you ever been hit with a rubber bullet?
I've never been hit with a rubber bullet.
Yeah, so you don't know what it feels like.
Yeah.
Trust me, that shit hurts. I don't know from personal experience, but I've been hit with shit that's
That's
come
a
out.
good. I never heard that view. That's good. I like that because
So-
you're right. They
Well,
could
here's
be.
a question from
Yeah.
a purely practical standpoint. How do you arm somebody with rubber bullets and real bullets if they need them?
No, you
Same
can have.
way-
No, I'm saying
the
I
same
would
way you arm somebody with a taser and a
taser,
gun,
gun. Yeah,
and
you
then you
have it.
make a mistake and pull the gun. Why are you still giving them guns?
Yeah. Well, I think they also need guns, right?
I ain't saying they don't.
Yeah, but I like that idea. Why don't they use? I've seen them use rubber bullets for like riots and stuff. But you're right. Even instead of the taser, almost you could do that. I think.
No, man, they use that shit in prison too.
Damn, I forgot you did time.
No, I didn't do no fucking time. Shit, man, I'm too smart for that.
I was just fucking with you. It's actually fucking with Scott.
It's all good, man. Like I ain't seen you in fucking I don't know 20 years.
Fuck, for real, Scott. Like literally, like Scott, you get to walk around this fucking town and bump into people, that you know.
Yeah.
Like I can't. There's nobody that went to high school with me in the whole state. Like, nobody.
You're gonna tell me you can't bump into people around Mechanicsville though? Just not.
No,
just not
that I know now, but not that I've known for 20 years.
Yeah.
Or haven't talked to.
Well, shit, man, more than that.
Yeah, probably more than that. I mean, I got a
literally, like probably 35 years.
Yeah. Do you have kids?
No,
Ugh,
I got cats.
You got cats. I didn't notice that. He's a cat guy for sure.
No, fuck yeah, man.
Definitely a cat guy. Definitely.
You fuck kids.
Oh my god. All right, so you want to move on?
I know you. I know you love your kids, man, and I'm sure Scott, if you got kids, I'm sure you do too. But fuck kids, man.
I'll tell you what. I don't blame anybody for not having kids. All my kids my youngest is 20, so almost
Good
21.
shit, man.
Yeah,
So,
see, that's what I'm saying. He don't really have. He has adults now. That's not. the
yeah,
same.
I got adults.
Nah, man, they're still kids.
Yeah.
It ain't never gonna change.
No, I mean, you just worry a little
I'm
less.
46 and I'm still my parents' kid.
Yeah, that's true. But they don't
Yeah.
have kids. They're in Clifton Park and you're in Schenectady. So
Yeah, I know, but they still try to do everything they fucking can for me.
that's true. Your parents were dope though. Some parents are not so much.
I know that, man. Like, I know I'm lucky. Trust me, it's not like I don't know that.
Damn. So what about Brian? Don't have any kids either,
No.
and neither does your other brother.
No,
Keith?
Scott and Suzanne got kids.
Oh, yeah. I knew Suzanne got 2, right?
Suzanne's got 2. Scott's got 3 and a stepchild.
4.
And he's family.
Damn. So did you check it out, Scott? The Joe Rogan comments?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
I checked out Joe.
So Joe basically said that if you're young, 21 years old, very healthy, exercise, you shouldn't get the vaccine because it doesn't really affect you and, blah, 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 blah. Again, 150 million followers. Does he have some type of responsibility, or is he just allowed to go on his podcast and just say what the fuck he wants to all those people?
I think he does have some sort of responsibility. Let me back
So
up.
whoa. So he does, but LeBron doesn't.
Well, let me clarify that there's a difference between. I think that there's a difference between what LeBron said and what Joe Rogan said. What LeBron said was formulating an opinion on whether the judicial system will take care of this police officer who shot somebody. And that doesn't have a negative, a directly negative effect on the health of millions of people. Suggesting to your followers that they shouldn't get a vaccine that is proven safe and will help people, other than those individuals who have to get the vaccine even. You shouldn't be spreading information like that. I mean, I'm going to say that, but it's not going to keep it from happening. I think it's wrong.
But it's a lot different than you and me and the 2 Scotts with 3 live viewers right now saying it versus 300 million people on Spotify.
Well, I don't think you should be. Anybody should be propagating harmful, incorrect information like that.
But you're suggesting that it's harmful and incorrect.
Well,
I guess my question is his point wrong?
It is wrong. He is wrong. The whole point of the vaccine isn't just to help the individual who's getting the vaccine, it's to help society in general. And so, there are a lot of people who will argue that they don't have any responsibility for society, and I think that's bullshit. You don't have a society if you're not looking out for one another. You don't have a civilization.
Yeah, that's like definition of society, right?
Right, exactly. So, he's wrong. He's wrong. I mean, he said, what I read was he has said that the vaccine is safe. So why?
No, he started the conversation. I was going to play it, but we're just going to get blocked. He said it first. He said all that first, but he said, if you're young, like 21 years old, if you're healthy, he's saying you should focus more on being healthy than getting a vaccine.
But if
which kind of brings me to the third topic, which is mask up or after vaccination, because that's what's also going around right now, that you could just announce yourself at a inside event and say, I've been vaccinated. I think, because did y'all watch The Walking Dead?
No.
Somewhat.
A little bit. And they early on when they were trying to figure out what was going on, they walked, because there was no cars, all the way to Atlanta to the CDC. When I was watching the show, I was like, hell yeah, finally they're gonna get some answers, because it's the CDC. They end up freaking having zombies all over that shit too.
Yeah, but you're talking about The Walking Dead versus.
I know, but my point is this. My point is this. once I heard the word CDC back on The Walking Dead, I was like, oh, we might be saved. And now when I hear there's so much negativity about it, like why would you believe the CDC? Like, my question is, who else am I supposed to believe?
Period point blank. I'm gonna trust. I'll tell you right now that on a personal level, I have had people saved by infectious disease doctors, and more than once. And I'm sorry, but when it comes to science and medicine, I'm gonna listen to doctors before I listen to anybody else.
Yeah. So, but I'm saying, so you are in trust. That's where I get all my information from. So it brings it up. It's like they said, and I think Joe Biden had a press conference and said, you know, if you're vaccinated outside, you don't have to wear your mask anymore. Well, I think that's a freaking green flag for everybody. These anti-maskers are just going to be like, I'm vaccinated. What do you, 7-Eleven's going to ask you to produce your card?
No, listen, I completely agree with what you're saying. I'm not saying that, you know, everybody should take their fucking masks off because they get vaccinated. Like, my ass is immunocompromised.
Right.
You know, like, I literally have a compromised immune system because of medication that I take.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I wear my mask not to protect myself.
Right.
Well,
it took 9 months. I had a podcast about it 9 months after we've been in this shit, and people are still telling me that I look like an idiot because I got the wrong mask on. And I'm like,
what kind of mask do you have on? As long as you're not coughing your shit on me when you're 2 feet away from me.
Exactly. But my point is, they're like, hey, dumbass, why don't you shave your face? It's not hermetically sealed. I'm like, you really still think that I'm wearing this to protect myself? It's to stop the droplets.
There's shitty people on both sides.
Yeah,
there's good people on both sides. I mean, they're always going to have that. It's been that way throughout history.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's and I think that's the sad thing for both sides is we always figure somebody else has got our kind of common sense, and they just don't. But I think that's probably been the biggest thing for me throughout this whole ordeal with COVID is the number of people who, for whatever reason, refuse to believe that their actions have an effect on others and don't seem to care about that.
Yeah.
It's like, let me live my life. Okay, but why? Why are you making a cloth covering for your face? The flat, the hill you want to die on, metaphorically speaking. Why do you want that to be a thing when it's pretty? It's a very, very small inconvenience to try to be just a decent person, just to have empathy for others or to care about the society you live in. And I don't understand.
I completely agree with you on that point. It's like, how big of a fucking inconvenience is it for you to put a goddamn mask over your face when you're less than 6 feet away from someone?
It's not even the
something that has killed more than 500,000 people in this country.
It's not even that for me. It's when they say that they're losing a right. And I'm like,
I can't do that shit either.
I don't. I'm fairly familiar with the Constitution.
It's not defined in the Bill of Rights.
Right. That's what I was going to say. I'm fairly familiar with the Constitution. I don't remember there being a thing that said you have the right to not ever be forced to wear a mask. But,
this happened 100 years ago. Literally 100 years ago. 103 years ago to be exact.
I was thinking about exactly this thing, Keith. There's that saying that says those who forget history are doomed to repeat it. And I'm like, we remembered that history and we still fucking repeated it.
Yeah.
Because
I think we're just kind of doomed. What's that?
As a society, people are dumb.
Yeah. Well, it's the Joe. Speaking of Joe Rogan, it's the Joe Rogan theory. He said, how many millions of people, how many hundreds of million people are in the country? Like 600 million or something.
300
like 300 million.
Yeah, so 300 million people. Let's say that in a room, 1 out of 10 people are just a complete dumbass. You can't do nothing with them. It is what it is. And then you think about that with the big number, and it's like, wow, there's a lot of fucking dummies out there. So I just feel, and we talked about it on another podcast, that since this coronavirus hit, I feel like my percentage of that number is going up. I found out people in my own family, and I just looked at them like, wow. Like, I'm not going to say their names. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I thought I knew you. I thought I knew you.
We're all gonna find that. We're all gonna find that in our own families, regardless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, we're not gonna agree on everything, but that's the whole thing. Is like we have to come to some kind of common ground.
Well, that's the thing is I actually, I understand some ideologies from people who are politically opposed. I can understand there are arguments can be made for some of the ideologies. I understand people, the idea of self-reliance and I don't know. I mean, that's a huge one, obviously, self-reliance and independence and personal freedom and stuff like that. And I get those conceptually, and those are the things that we can debate whether or not one particular party has a better path to achieving things, but it's where you're just opposed for no good reason, or you're opposed for bad reasons. Really, I mean, you're opposed to wearing masks not because of anything other than I don't want to be told what to do, which is what my kid said when he was 4.
Yeah.
So
with the vaccine works that way too. So a friend of mine told me that their father was planning on getting the vaccine, but he hadn't got around to it. And then either his work or something he does required him to do it, and he refused because they told him.
And I mean, that's
what are you doing?
valid.
I could see if you weren't ever going to take it and you're like, no, I mean, there's still people now that I see daily that are just like, you won't catch me with a mask on. It's like, okay, thanks.
I've had my first shot.
Oh shit, Moderna.
I have my second shot on May 11th. Pfizer, actually.
Pfizer, okay. Did you get your shot?
I got the first Moderna. Michelle and I both got it last Friday.
Oh, look at you.
And I will say this. Let me just say this: that Hanover County, that shit was tight. The whole process is just smooth and tight.
Where'd you go? What do you mean? I thought you had to go like to Walgreens or CVS or something.
I guess you can get it there, but no, I signed up through the county and all that stuff, and they have a site in Ashland by Roses. And I mean, everything from pulling in, they tell you where to park. They come.
Oh yeah, that's where my mother and father-in-law said they had to go to Roses.
Dude, yeah, it was awesome. I mean, they've got all these different stations, and they got people in different colored vests for each of the stations telling you what you need to do and blah blah blah. I mean, it was smooth as shit. It was really impressive.
Honestly, I went to CVS.
Wasn't it smooth?
I walked in the store. I got a text message as soon as I got there, basically like, because I arrived in the window they wanted me to.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, check in when you get here. So I checked in through a text message. I checked in with the person who was taking all the information and everything like that. I was in and out of there in half an hour. But like it's really, like the only reason you have to be in there for any length of time is because they need to make sure that you're not going to have a reaction to it.
Oh yeah, that's what somebody was making fun of the vaccine. They're like, I don't remember ever taking a vaccine in my life where they make you sit in a room for 15 minutes in case you die.
Yeah, because the flu vaccine and all the other vaccines have been around for how many fucking years?
Oh, my favorite.
Look, the reason they need to watch you for 15 minutes is because they just developed it in a year.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the most reason why people won't take it.
It's one of the reasons why I was. Come on, man, my immune system is compromised, and I literally didn't want to take it at first.
Yeah, I feel you. My son is my son and my wife are immune compromised too, so I understand it. Like he can't even get vaccines. Like the flu vaccine really messes with him. So I was
Well, I
never
get
a vaccine taker though, honestly, ever.
I
since
get the
military.
flu and pneumonia just because I'm a cigarette smoker.
Oh, see. Now the truth comes out. You're still smoking those Newport hundreds, huh?
Fucking Newports, fuck you, bro. I ain't never smoked menthols my whole entire life.
I just figured. Usually, everybody I know from
You're the
Schenectady
doopy guy.
I was a Noopy guy for a while until I started coughing up blood. It's like, okay, I'm
yeah,
done.
that'll happen when you're inhaling menthol.
Yeah. Damn, I was gonna say something else and I forgot. Oh, my favorite. This is my favorite one. This is my favorite one. Okay, ready? I was in a discussion with about 6 to 7 people, may or may not have been family. We don't need to know that. And one of them said, yeah, it's just a coincidence that there's hardly any flu this year. And I'm like, he was talking about,
there always has been.
no, but he was talking about that they're counting motorcycle deaths and car accidents. And if it had COVID in them, I was like, well, my wife does it for a living. That's just not true. It might also be on the death certificate, but whatever. I said, let's Google how many flu deaths there were before COVID-19, which I think was like 34,000 a year. I said, go ahead and take those. You can have them all, every single one of them. And then take the 12,000 motorcycle accidents that happened in the same year and to make that 20. And that's 54,000. And there's still 550,000 more.
Yeah. No,
you know,
like
you think it might be.
I'll even give you one better. Like
half of those, they shut everything down and everybody wears a mask and stays home. Maybe.
Half of those motorcycles deaths happen because of the motorcycle driver. Like, I'm sorry. Like I have seen too many motorcycle drivers acting like fucking idiots.
I know they always blame it on the car drivers, and I see them doing stupid shit.
And I will look out for them. You know, I have no problem looking out for motorcycle drivers, but if you're going to drive like an asshole and you crash, I'm not really going to feel sorry for you.
And come up between like in a traffic jam. I was on my way back from New York, and I was in a traffic jam, and they were just flying up between the cars, not in a lane. Like if I opened my car door, they'd be dead.
They want you to look twice for them, but they don't want to obey the rules of the road. Yeah.
Fucking motorcycle riders.
And it's not like I hate them. It's, you know,
I don't get it.
Idiot.
I get it when you're younger, I think. 19, 20, it never got my dick hard, but, you know, if I could get it younger. But when I see these old ass men riding these motherfucking crotch rockets, I'm like, what the fuck? What are you doing?
Hey man, whatever fucking floats your boat.
Like way older than you, Scott. I understand you got a motorcycle, right?
A couple of them. Yeah. I used to ride back in the day.
Damn.
Listen, I have nothing against motorcycle riders. I'm just saying, like, there's so many of them out there that act like fucking idiots because they don't know what they're doing.
That's absolutely 100% true. 100%.
Yep. I agree. I just get mad because they always blame it on us. You know? Somebody once
told me that if you're in an accident on a motorcycle, it's your fault. And I don't like that because this was after I had an accident.
That's not true at all.
Well, let me tell you how I interpreted it, which is that if you're on a motorcycle, and this is true, you have to be even more careful and more aware. And if you're not paying close enough attention, and if you're expecting somebody else to do what they're supposed to do, or they're supposed to see you, even if that person is in the wrong, you might be able to take some of that on yourself for not anticipating somebody fucking up. And that's what I always say. What's that?
It's defensive driving.
Yeah, but to an extreme. But I
do that in my normal life with 4 doors and, you know, wrapped all the way around.
It's different on a bike, though. I will say this, and I don't 100% by that. Last time I rode, one of the last times I rode, I almost got run the fuck over by somebody, and it wouldn't have been anything I could have done about it. It was just luck that they didn't start out into the intersection.
No, there's plenty of fucking stupid people driving, vehicles that'll kill you if you're on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yo, check this
It
out.
goes both ways.
I had to jump out the studio and jump back in because I could not get any of the last freaking comment that I got was from Keith that said, "What's up?" and Edlo in the house. So so we have some people that responded to us. We'll go through them real quick. Craig Robinson, shout out to Craig Robinson. Greetings from Podcastville. And someone said something about rubber bullets. Because bad guys don't have rubber bullets. Rotate the snowflake back to the golf course. Craig Robinson. Oh, here we go. Keith can explain his comment. There is no woke side. So there isn't.
No.
This is going back to
if you're picking one side or the other, you're in the wrong.
So both sides can't be woke about other things, maybe. Oh, I guess for the same topic.
This was on the.
No, what I'm saying is that if you're actually Republican or Democrat, you're not woke. If you're picking one of those two sides, you're not woke.
Oh, I like it. What do you think about that, Scotty, old Democrat fucking motherfucker?
I'm sorry. What was this? I missed it.
He said if you're a Republican or Democrat, you are not woke.
Yeah, I don't like labeling myself a Democrat.
We're getting somewhere here.
Well, I mean, you can label. I'm not saying that I won't use it sometimes just as shorthand, but I don't.
I'm registered as a Democrat.
But
for one main reason, I wanted to vote for Bernie.
Right. Well, there you go.
Yeah, but can't you be? I'm an independent. I couldn't vote for Bernie.
Not in the primaries.
Yeah.
Oh.
York, anyways.
Don't worry about it.
Put down here because I'm not registered for any party, and I was.
Don't worry, Scott. Don't worry, Scotty took care of that. Scotty's girl Hillary took care of Bernie. Oh, shout out to my sister Nicole Daniels in the building. See, I missed all these.
Yeah, I don't want to. I try not to feel like I'm on a particular team. I think it boxes me in.
You don't like to be created. I like it.
Yeah, something like that. I just, I feel like it boxes me in. And I don't really. It's really easy for anybody who on the right to say, "Oh, I hate Democrats, therefore I hate you." And I say, "Well, I'm not really a Democrat. I might agree with some of their policies, but." Now you got to have a conversation about what it is we agree with or agree on.
Are you not registered Democrat?
No.
Oh, good for you.
But there's the biggest problem is that you have to pick a side.
Exactly. I've been saying it forever. I get
it. They force you to pick a side.
Hey, you're old enough.
Pick a side, then you don't get a choice.
Both of you are old enough to remember 1994, Chris Rock special, Bigger and Blacker. He says it then. Way back then. He's like, I'm conservative on some things and I'm liberal on some things. I'm good with prostitution and I think there should be gun control. And what he means by gun control is, where does it stop? Do we have a freaking tank coming down Flatbush Avenue because it's your right? There's no middle ground.
No, and there's a lot of people out there who believe that if the military has access to weaponry, we should have access to that weaponry. I don't agree with that. Personally.
Well, that's because the Constitution was written when they were fucking shooting rocks at each other.
Exactly.
There
is no reason that the Constitution can't be amended to represent the times.
Exactly. Just like the fucking Electoral College.
God,
look at
archaic. We could fix it. We don't have to get rid of it, but we can fucking fix it.
We're one of the only
there's no fixing it besides
that doesn't regularly look at their constitution and make changes. I mean,
exactly.
People see it as this fucking sacred document, and I just don't think that's. I think it's. I think that's the enemy of progress.
That's a stupid way of thinking, is what it is.
Yeah.
And on a side note, Craig Robinson says STDs aren't real.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I think a few of us in this room could beg to differ, sir.
Right.
I ain't had shit.
Ever?
Craig Robinson clearly has
Oh.
never had a Q-tip stuffed up the end of his dick.
Oh, worst pain ever. Worst pain ever. I had a friend of mine that got shot in the shoulder. Nothing crazy, just a 22. And he also had the clap, and he 100% said the Q-tip hurts worse than the bullet.
Yes, it's not fun. It is not fun.
It still doesn't hurt as much as childbirth.
Yeah, well, we don't know that. That could be overrated. This is
No,
my thing
trust
about,
me, it don't.
this is my thing about childbirth, though, and it has to. I'm not saying it's not painful at all. I got a fucking Starship Trooper up, and that she pops out babies like she made it look easy, but I understand it's not that easy. But yeah, bad kidney stone. But what I'm saying is, everybody always says that, but yet motherfuckers got 4 or 5 kids. Like if something hurt me like it did for a fucking bullet going in my shoulder, I'm not doing it 5 more times. So it can't be but so bad, right? Nobody does stuff that hurts.
I'm not touching that one. I'm not going anywhere with that one.
It's a very hard fucking cake way to look at that.
Look, Keith's super upset. He don't even have no kids. Oh, no baby mama. He don't even have no baby mama.
I'm sorry, that's just extremely archaic.
I gotta say nothing. I'm not. You know what? That's not an argument that's worth having. I'm not gonna. There's no.
Oh, let's talk about it. Oh, what you got? Anything else? We did good. We're still under an hour, 57 minutes, baby.
No, I think we did good. Well, we didn't really go through the whole mask after vaccination thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's what I want to tell you real quick. No, that was a good thing I want to talk about. So that's why I brought up the CDC. We never finished. So I guess to get vaccinated will stop you from getting sick, right? But you can still carry it and spread it. And then people are like, you gotta stop listening to the CDC because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm like, well, why don't you fucking tell me? Like,
If
guy
you get
that
the
worked
flu
at
vaccine, if you get the flu vaccine, you can still catch it, carry it, and spread it.
right.
It's no
So the answer is you still wear your mask inside when you can't social distance, even if you're vaccinated, correct?
Yes.
Oh,
my
people are
That's where you are
pissed.
now. Well, and here's another thing that people I've run into, and I've had fights with people about this on the internet, of course, where it's like, oh, well, they're saying that the 6 foot thing, if you're indoors, it's no different than 60 feet. MIT came out with a study. So they use this to go backwards a year and say they've never known what they're talking about. I was like, no, motherfucker, that's not how science works. You take the information that you have, you work with it, you do the best you can with it, and you continually gather more information and you revise as you fucking go.
Yeah,
And
people think
bothering,
people always argue with me. They're like,
things were defined 2,000 years ago. You didn't know that?
yeah, science is what they told me was science does not equal truth. And I'm like, well, you're right. Could be right, but science is to find the truth, right?
Yeah. Oh, you're reading mine. Science isn't real.
Science. Craig Robinson.
But again, going back to this specific instance, so we're asking people the very worst they have to do is wear a mask, and if we're wrong that doesn't help.
No, Scott, that's not what they're saying. That's not what they're saying. They're saying the worst thing they have to do is wear a mask everywhere they fucking go and shut down all their small businesses, and they can't go to concerts, they can't go on ships, they can't go on an airplane. Like, that's what they're pissed off about. It's not just putting the piece of cloth on, from what I can gather.
Well, and okay, that's fair. I get that. But I don't know how else you would do it to try to get something like this under control. And I think
You don't do it, and you get herd immunity, Scott.
All right, come on.
That's what I'm hearing, bro.
No, that's what you're hearing. You're hearing that.
How'd that work out during the Black Plague?
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
their argument for that is we don't have
What
medicines.
is their argument for that?
We didn't have any. People were dying from an earache, first of all, so there was no medicine and all this bullshit.
And there was probably a lot
I personally
of
not like.
accidents that were chalked up to the plague, and
I personally like not having polio. I don't know
That's
about
true.
any of you guys, but
Hold on, we got another guest all the way. Another guest from New York. Look, these fake ass Virginia people can't even come in. We got 2 people coming in from New York. My boy and your boy. You all know him as Mysterio. He is back, baby. What's
What's going on, fellas?
oh, what up, Greg?
What's going
up,
on?
What up? This is Keith. Keith, I guess we went over this 100 times. His baby mama is my cousin, so he's my cousin. Keith, that's my guy. You know Scott. What's up, man?
What's going on, guys?
Damn, you got on a little late. Can we do a quick recap and just get your opinion on each topic, please?
I'm all about it.
All right. Did you see LeBron James's tweet?
Yes.
All right. The first question is, I guess is, did he jump the gun?
Yes.
All right. If he didn't jump the gun, would you be okay with it?
No.
Still no. All right. Talk to me.
It's just there's so much going on in the world today. There's so much division and everything that's going on. I feel like he should have waited and he should have found out the facts to what was going on. And then if he wanted to go out there and make a statement and say something like that, that's all fine. But I feel like he just was reckless with the whole fucking tweet.
So you believe that since he has 150 million followers on Twitter and he is a spokesperson, really, if you think about it, he speaks out a lot, that he should have took some more responsibility before tweeting it. But like I said, say that cop was in the wrong and shot another black person in America, would you have a problem with the tweet then?
100%, yes. You still need to wait till the facts come out. You can't just base your a tweet off of just like a knee-jerk reaction. Like that's how, misconceptions and all that shit.
Yeah, but can't you? Yeah, but that was the whole conversation.
That's fair.
It's fair, but the whole conversation is he can, because he can tweet whatever he wants.
Well, right? He can. Yes, anyone can tweet whatever they want. At the same time, he has a bigger responsibility.
If he wants to act like a leader, he's got to act like a leader.
Yes. Yes. LeBron, let's be honest. LeBron James does not live in the neighborhoods that he's talking about. He don't live there. No. He lives in affluent white neighborhoods. That's where he lives at. That's where his beach house is in Miami, okay? They're not in the hood in fucking Miami. No. It's in affluent white suburbia. That's where it is. So for him to sit there and be like, "Oh, you're next," and throw this guy's picture up there, like it's unacceptable. He was very reckless with everything that he did. And then all of a sudden he took it down. Why did he take it down? You know why he took it down? Because somebody was like, "Yo,
that don't look right.
I think you did a little too much. Yeah. Take that off real quick."
So what brought us to our kind of a little side topic we had is there, in your opinion, did you see the video?
I did.
Okay. So in your opinion, did you feel like the cop reacted too soon?
No.
Or he could have used his taser instead? Or
No.
Not at all.
No. Mm-mm. That was a deadly
rubber bullets? How about this?
That was a deadly force encounter.
That's what I'm trying to say. But some people are saying because the cop wasn't in jeopardy, it doesn't count like that.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You are protecting your life and others. You're not just protecting your life.
That's the way it's supposed to be, to serve and protect.
Exactly.
So I get it. Although I think you could make that argument for rubber bullets being able to stop that.
All right. So this is what we talked about. Did you watch the beginning of the podcast or you just jumped on?
I just jumped on just now.
All right, so I thought Keith had a good point. Sometimes the tasers people seem to walk through them tasers, but he had a good idea. If he had another gun instead of a taser that had rubber bullets and shot her in her head and knocked her out, would that work?
So if a rubber bullet hitting somebody in the head, you can cause a lot of serious damage.
But is it less likely to kill
Not
somebody?
gonna kill
Yeah,
them,
you can
though.
definitely, if you hit somebody in the right spot in their head, you can kill somebody.
No, you can. But is it less likely to kill them?
Yes, but see, the head. Okay, so you guys are talking about from a civilian standpoint.
I never
head-
said shoot him in the head. I never
did.
said that.
I did.
No,
I said,
I know.
I'd
You
rather
did.
have a concussion. I'd rather her have a concussion than dead.
I'm just saying, you can knock somebody to the ground without killing them.
Y'all know rubber bullets ain't made out of rubber, right?
What is it made of?
They're metal balls with like wax and rubber coatings.
Yeah, well, it's still gonna hurt.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying they're not made out of rubber.
But they're
No,
not
thank
making
you-
it to the body.
Thank you for coming on the podcast and letting us know that rubber bullets.
I'm
No, that just
saying,
happened to
they're
be
not
when I
meant to
popped
penetrate
in.
the body.
I'm saying they're devastating. Like people think rubber bullets are not like
No, they
dangerous.
fucking hurt. I'm sure they do.
Mwah. It's night time in my house. Mwah. Night. All right, I'm back.
girls.
I'm back. All right. So yeah, no, there's some dangerous things, right?
Yeah, it's no joke. It's no joke. But the concept of can they take the rubber bullets and shoot someone in the head? If you just think about it for a moment, your head is a lot smaller than your torso. So your head is a lot quicker moving object as opposed to your torso being such bigger mass.
Yeah.
So when you are trained as law enforcement, military and things like that, you're trained to stop the threat. You're not trained to kill somebody like everyone's saying, oh my God, he killed. No, we're not trained to kill anybody. You're trained to stop the threat. And at that time, the threat was a girl coming with a knife at one other girl, knocked her to the ground, and then it turned to another girl and had a swinging motion to stab her.
And
She
by the
wasn't trying to tickle her.
By the way, the girl's father
Kicked the girl in the head.
the other girl's on the ground trying to get up, and he kicks her like he's punting an NFL football in her face. So
But
this
no
cop
one's
has got,
talking
you know, it's
about
not
this.
like you can't just stop time, I think, and slow everything down. Like I don't know. I don't know the answer, but I hope we find one soon.
So I understand like the whole thought process of trying to find a different answer for these types of situation, but in all actuality, there is no different answer. It's a deadly force encounter. The time that you take to react, to pull your firearm, to train center mass and try to stop a threat is just that much more
This
important
particular
to save that life.
So to stop somebody else from killing someone, you have the right to kill someone.
So
Legally, yes.
yes. So what you're saying is to stop someone from killing someone legally, have the right to kill someone. Apparently, you don't agree with the whole situation. At the same time, though,
No, I'm not saying that I don't agree with the situation. I'm just saying, like, you're trying to stop somebody from killing somebody else, and that justifies you killing someone.
yes, you have to.
Yeah. So
You have to.
as bad as it sounds, by definition, that's literally the definition of lethal force.
What is to stop someone else from killing you because you killed somebody else? Where does it stop?
It doesn't.
Where does it stop? So police officers, law enforcement, they have the legal right to defend themselves and defend others. Their life.
But that doesn't. Everybody doesn't live by those laws.
Understandable. So if someone shot a police officer after a police officer shot someone else, that person is going to be shot and killed if there are other officers on the scene. And if they decide to run, then they're going to be hunted down. and things of that
there's
nature.
more gunshots. Violence begets violence. It's
Okay,
the way it
so-
works.
But that's what police officers are there for. They're there
serve and
to
protect.
protect and to serve. So you're coming from the mindset of police officers are going out there.
I
to
don't
try to kill people.
I don't always agree on this side of the argument for sure. I think every case is different, but this one,
100%. if
if you watch the video, I really do think it's a no-brainer. I think you had to do it. He had to do it in that situation, but other situations. So let's talk about the Chicago one before, the 13-year-old boy, which
Yes.
while he's running away from the cop, 100% has a gun in his hand, and
Yes.
the cop knows he has a gun in his hand, and he tells them that he has a gun in his hand, and then he comes up to this fence, throws it, and at the same time puts his hands up, and the cop did shoot him. And if you slow it down in super, super slow-mo, his hands are empty and the kid gets shot.
You know, the problem is the brain doesn't process real live events in super slow mo.
Exactly. Thank you.
That's my point.
But the brain is the strongest computer on the planet.
It is.
The brain is, but
It's
perception is not.
He literally runs up.
Reaction time is really what it boils down to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Reaction time is really what it boils down to.
100%.
I feel like in that
certain
instance,
people can react fast, certain people can't.
I think in that instance, though, the cop was acting, not reacting.
No, I believe that. I'm like I said, you know, I'm not saying that he was wrong. All I'm saying is that if you justify killing someone else to stop them from killing someone, where does it stop? It's never going to stop.
If you could think about it this way, you're coming from when does it stop? It stops when a 13-year-old shouldn't be on the streets with a 20-some-odd-year-old man shooting a gun. The parents should be involved. It stops when you stop relying on police officers to police and parent your children when you should be doing that. That's when it stops. It stops when you hold people accountable, because everyone wants to hold police officers accountable and to a higher standard. But at what point do you hold that 13-year-old responsible? At what point do you hold that 20-some-odd-year-old male that was with him responsible?
Okay, let's
move on. At what
move
point do you hold anyone else
responsible who murder people?
I'm sorry?
At what point do you hold cops responsible for murdering people?
Okay.
That has to be done too.
All that has to be done.
You're talking about defending someone else, but you're still talking about murder.
Yeah, but you're saying it's murder.
Killing
it's not murder. It's not murder.
Stopping.
So you're at war. So you're basically saying you're at war with this person.
No, what you're saying is that it's murder. Okay. I don't consider it murder.
I think murder has to have intent.
I mean, if we want to look up the definition of murder, we can do that.
So we stopping someone from killing someone else by killing them is not
depends on the jury.
No, it's not. It's not, because you think that officer. I'm sorry. So you think that officer got out the car saying, "I'm going to shoot somebody"?
Center torso.
You think that you think the officer got out the car saying, "I'm going to shoot somebody"?
Wait, which one?
No,
he just said to stop someone.
But the knife or the kid?
You taking a shower?
I think he's talking about the knife. Are you talking about the knife?
The knife case?
I am basically talking about any cop who stops somebody else from killing someone by killing them. That's all.
It seems like a little bit of a catch-22. I see what you're saying. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna kill you because you're about to kill them. Like, who the fuck are you to kill this one? You know.
So all you do is create fear and hate and ignorance.
Yeah, that's the way I'm looking at what you're saying. Me personally, it's a technicality. If somebody breaks in my house and my little girls and my wife are asleep and I drop them in the living room, yes, they were murdered, but that's me defending my family. So I know what you're saying, and I can agree with it to an extent.
But he's not saying that. He's saying if you're killing somebody because they're about to kill somebody else.
If somebody breaks in my house and they got their hands around my daughter's neck and I snap them, that's that.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't react the same way. All I'm saying is that, if you give the police the immunity to kill people without remorse, where does it stop?
Yeah, the diplomatic immunity, that's a whole that was we went into that last week.
2 podcasts ago, boys. 2 podcasts ago.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks. I have zero.
Hold on. I think every case is different, and I want to bring up one more. So we talked about. I'm going to tell you where the stabbing one, 100% on the cop side. I don't know what else. I mean, what he could have done in that. The 13-year-old boy bothers me because I got a 12-year-old boy. But I saw the video 100 times. It is so quick. He throws it behind the fence and goes straight up. And he has nothing in his hands, but the cop shoots him. That one I'm a little bit on the fence about, but I wanted to talk to you about the taser one, because the lady said taser, taser, taser. So she thought that she had to taser. Other friends of mine that are cops and stuff say it's almost impossible to not know the difference. But more accidental to me I don't think she was murdering that person, right?
No, she was just negligent. She was not good at her job that
see
day.
how they're all a little bit different? People put them in as police shootings or gun violence, and I think they're all different.
Of course, every case is different. It doesn't. It
Well,
it
then
doesn't.
We can't have one answer. We can't have one answer for all of them. Is what I'm saying. Keep asking, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? It's all different. But I did think the rubber bullet thing was, in that situation, might have worked. If he lit her up, pop, 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 she gonna drop that damn knife. That shit hurts, right?
It hurts like a bitch.
It's not pleasant. What do you think, Scott? You think it hurt, Scott?
Probably, but I'm pretty tough, so you know.
All right. So I don't know how we got there. Oh, from LeBron. And then our second topic was what? Oh, did you happen to hear Joe Rogan's comments?
I did not.
So he basically said on a podcast where he has 150 million people, just signed a big deal on Spotify, blah, blah, blah. Again, somebody with a lot of followers and could have a lot of influence, but is it really his responsibility? He's just a fucking podcast host, just like us, right? So he said, if you're 21, young, you shouldn't get the vaccine. You should concentrate on getting healthy and because it's not going to affect you and blah, 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 blah. Well, he caught holy hell for that because we're trying to get as many people as we can to vaccinate. My question to you, Mr. Mysterio, is if you go to a party and be like, I've been vaccinated, you just take off your mask. Do you believe that you can still, because the CDC says so, but other people say not, can you still spread it after you have the vaccine? Do you think if you got the vaccine, you did your job to protect America, just like Scott wants everybody to do, right? You should be rewarded by taking off that mask because you're vaccinated, right?
No, because I think you can still pass it on to people.
Yes, absolutely you can.
I think you can still pass it on to people. I don't think there should be, this whole nonchalant thing. Hey, I got stage 1 of the shot. Hey, I got stage 2 of the shot. I shouldn't have to wear a mask anymore. Like, no, we have a responsibility to our fellow man.
I got the perfect example for this, like a personal one. When I was in the military, I had surgery. Hold
on. You got 2 fucking Navy veterans in this motherfucker. When he was in the Air Force, go ahead.
Yeah.
He was in the chair force.
I'm just messing with you.
I had to train. I'm not dealing with it. I was AFSOC. I'm not worried about Tom's opinion on my unit.
I get him every time. I never seen him.
He does.
I never seen him give out fucking tennis shoes and tennis rackets at fucking boot camp.
Yeah, no. I'll well, while I mention my comment, I'll get my proof out of my service. But while I was in, so I got surgery on my throat, so I cannot physically get strep throat. I can't get it.
How big was it?
But I can still pass it on.
You won't even let me say it. How big was the dick?
Oh my god,
that's dope.
I know it is.
I don't know how that proves you were in the fucking military.
I was gonna say that, but I want to burst his bubble. I wanted to let him go.
No, I know you're in the military, but I want you to make sure you specify that was the Air Force. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that was just my really cool flag that I made. But yeah, no, like even though you're vaccinated for it, you can still carry like bacteria and stuff that does not affect you anymore. I can't get strep throat, but I can carry it around and give it to other people. Like just because it doesn't affect me anymore doesn't mean I cannot carry it and give it to somebody else.
I agree.
It's ignorant for people to think otherwise.
That's what I was saying, with the flu vaccine and, pneumonia, like you can still carry it and give it to other people and you might get sick off of it, but.
Yeah.
So I guess everybody can come to one agreement on this show that we all believe that masks will help this situation.
They can't hurt.
It won't hurt.
Right.
It can't hurt.
But then think about it like this. What about all the other states like Texas that are not wearing masks?
Florida's
and
going
their numbers are down.
Crazy. Florida's straight up open. No restrictions whatsoever.
No restrictions. But so Florida and Texas, no masks, and their numbers are down.
Yep.
They're not down that. Texas isn't down significantly since they got rid of the mask mandate. They've been
any type of
they're not up, which is surprising.
Yeah, they're not up. That's what pissed me off. It's like, oh, I'll be like, wait 4 weeks, Florida. You'll be on fire, and they're not. India is literally on fire.
They didn't wear a mask, and now they're in a life-threatening situation.
Well, yeah.
I think I hear voices in my head.
I do. Who is that?
It's my wife. It's my wife. She said that India is not wearing masks, and they're in a bad place.
No, I didn't say they weren't wearing masks. I'm just saying they say India's in fire.
There's also 1 billion fucking people in India.
That's what I was gonna ask because I don't know the answer. If we're doing Florida and Texas, is that their numbers are not up or down? Is that per capita or just where it was a year ago? I don't know.
I think it's per capita, but their numbers are decreased nonetheless. They're not going up.
Actual cases, it's. I don't know that it's even a statistically significant drop in Texas. I literally check this every day because when the governor of Texas said we're getting rid of the mask mandate, I was like, this cannot turn out well. But it seriously, surprisingly, let me hang on a second. I'm gonna try to. Unless
they're not, reporting it, I guess. But
I wouldn't even, Fauci has said the same thing, something similar to that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They don't even believe Fauci. They're like that fucking flip flopping Fauci, fucking Fauci.
I don't believe half the shit out of. Texas got kneecapped by 1.5 inches of snow, so I don't put a whole lot.
So, new cases yesterday in Texas, 3,769.
But
does anybody know the date that they reopened it back up?
No, but just go to like February. It definitely wasn't before February. Just say February 1st.
Well, there was February 20th. There was 5,532.
So is that 3,000 more?
No, it's a couple thousand less.
See, look at that.
So if I can show you, you guys look it up. Just the graph is fairly flat. I mean, all I can tell you is it's pretty flat.
You're the host. You look it up.
I don't have control of. I can't show shit.
I ain't going to CDC website.
Hang on, goddamn it. Hold on.
My friend told me yesterday that if I listen to the CDC, I might as well watch CNN.
Hang on.
Wow.
This is what I look at every day.
That's fucked up to say because that's just like Joe Biden saying, telling black people that if you don't vote for him, you're not black.
You guys see this? Yeah. So it's about in here was where they got rid of the mask mandate.
That's too many numbers.
It's dropped some, but it's pretty flat.
It dropped though. It dropped. That's the thing. It doesn't matter. It dropped.
But that doesn't mean that it dropped because of it had nothing to do with the mask.
Yeah, it could have been for vaccines too, right?
What's that?
It could have been for vaccines too.
Right. All right. So you guys want to see Florida?
Sure.
Yes. All right. Put it back on.
Oh.
There you go. Florida has gone up. I don't know when they got rid of the mask mandate, but you can see that shit's going back up. It's
but they got they're spring breaking it and everything else,
If that's per capita though, they got tractor trailers full of cold bodies. So
that's not per capita. That's the actual. Those are absolute numbers. The actual number of cases. So
I don't know.
I mean, but I don't know. It's just I'm over it, bro. Like, how long has it been now? First, it was fucking 2 weeks and 6 weeks, and then maybe 6 months, and then now we're like, what the fuck, man? I can't deal with it.
Like I said, man, look at the Spanish flu from 1918 to what, 1921?
Yeah, it's about 2 years, I think.
Yeah, but there was no goddamn medicine. I told you.
Right.
Yeah, but it just goes to show you, man, this shit takes time.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't develop a flu vaccine to even combat that. Really? I mean,
no.
They didn't have the science.
Yeah. Mother Nature's gonna win every time, regardless.
100%.
I don't even like that.
I've said that 100 times. That this planet is going to take care of itself, and we're going
to versus nurture.
Yeah, I don't even like that bitch either. Mother Nature's a motherfucker. Mother Nature's the reason I left New York.
Shit, man.
Fuck
6
that
million
place.
acres.
Hey,
Nah, man.
did you see that Montana? I think it was Montana senator doing his news conference about how Mexican meth is taken away from our homegrown meth.
Damn.
Dude was like in the 70s. He quote unquote at a news conference said in the 70s and 80s our meth was homegrown, and now we're losing all of our meth to the Mexicans. I was like, Jesus Christ.
We're losing all our meth to the Mexicans. Wow.
Oh no, no way.
It was funny. It was funny.
It's funny but sad.
Yeah.
It's very
It's like,
sad.
first of all, why are they still doing meth when they can just go to the doctor and get a pill? I don't understand.
What?
The legal drug dealers.
That's right.
That's what they are.
This shit's legal in Virginia now.
I know it's coming.
You can grow up to 4 plants. You can have an ounce on you.
July 1st,
it's
baby.
legal in New York now too.
Yep.
In New York, you can have 6. You can have 6 plants.
Nope.
What is it?
In New York, you can have 3 plants. You can have 3 seedlings, and then on your person, you can have.
Man, that's 6 plants. That's 6 plants.
I mean, they full grown. It's a whole different type of thing.
That's like saying you can have 4 humans in a house. Like, no, you can have 2 adults and 2 kids.
Nah, it's not the same thing.
All right, is this per household or per person in the household?
Per household.
That's the question. That's the question.
Who is it per person?
Per person.
Damn.
See, Keith. Hey, Keith, look at me. Look at me. Start making babies. Start making babies.
No, man. With 2 people, with as much as we can carry and have, I don't need any more than that, man. Trust me. I've been working on an ounce of concentrate since fucking last year.
An ounce each, you guys will be good till the middle of next week. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's like Friday lunchtime.
Man.
But I don't think it's gonna. I think they're still gonna be the street dealers, though.
Well, you're not going to have any retail for at least a year, if not 2.
No, I'm saying even after that, like in California, like they still have massive amount of marijuana dealing because it's so expensive.
Of course there are, because you're going to be able to get it for cheaper than you can retail.
Well, and you also got to be, at least in Virginia, their law
with anything that's sold retail.
Yeah, Virginia got to be 21. So the street is anybody under 21.
Oh yeah. So, is it 21 in New York too?
New York, you have to be 21 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be 21.
You can't smoke in parks.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of rules.
You can smoke in the street.
You can't smoke in your car. If you get pulled over, you can have a fucking
smoke you're smoking in the privacy of your own home, which is what you should have always been able to do.
Yeah, privacy of your own home. I agree. I don't think I want people hitting blunt. I don't think I want people going on blunt rides, Keith. In like,
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
You know,
they weren't just blunt rides, and you know that.
It was not you. It was your brother and Nicole Pavlich. What? How do you say her name? She was supposed to come on, by the way.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, he dropping names.
Yeah,
well, because you missed fucking half the podcast.
That's because I've known this kid for like 30.
Yeah, we grew up together, and we're talking about when we were stupid. I'll just say it. You know, I was probably 15. And we thought 16. It was cool that we thought it was cool that we would roll a blunt and go for I'll call it a blunt ride. It took about 45 minutes to an hour. The stupidest thing you can ever fucking do. 6 people in a car just smoked out. It's just stupid. If my kid did that today, I'd fucking beat his ass. But
facts.
You know, it's not.
Yeah.
That's where I got 008 from, man.
Old English.
That shit is serious, man. There's a lot of shit that we do when we were kids, or we did when we were kids.
God,
but if our kids did now,
God, we were stupid.
So stupid. I think it's our parents' fault.
No, it ain't our parents' fault. It's our fault. Fuck that.
Sure.
I don't know if it was stupid. Because I know half the shit that I did. My parents did wild shit that was wild in their time too. I don't know. I mean, what has changed? Other than you can get caught easier now.
Yeah,
well,
I don't regret any of it. I ain't, it ain't like that.
We're from Schenectady. We're a different kind of stupid. Jason knows. I mean, Mysterio knows. It's just a different place, bro. But
Completely
we
different
were.
place.
I used to tell them that we used to jump on the back of cars. I would go from Van Vranken Avenue all the way into Rotterdam, riding on the back of a car's bumper with my sneakers on an ice storm just to get across town.
What?
Like,
What?
like we would grab the bumper and go real low, like Back to the Future on the rollers on the skateboard. But
Like
just
people
on
used to do on the back of school buses,
When you
or
skateboard in the winter.
buses, CDTA buses, it didn't matter. We was riding, bro. That's so dangerous.
yes.
I mean,
It's dangerous, but it ain't wild.
That's just. I was like fucking 10, but I'm saying we throw
That's fair.
potatoes. We throw potatoes at moving vehicles. Like if I did that now, I would just feel like I could kill somebody. But back
Well, it's
then, I
also
was like,
it's also a
Trust
felony.
me, if I ever caught somebody,
Other than that,
doing shit to
Yeah.
me that I did when I was a kid, I'd kill them.
I told it on another. Yeah, I told it on another podcast. But do you know Robert Ciampolillo? He might have been
Me?
too young for you. Yeah, you. We were big ass
I'm probably
potatoes.
too old.
In New York, there's a lot of double family houses. So somebody lives on the bottom, somebody lives on the top. So there's always a top porch and a bottom porch. And we'd be up there with a bag of potatoes. And the Van Vranken Avenue, about 35, 40 miles per hour, just humming them at. And they couldn't see us because we were up in the porch. We ran out of potatoes, bro. We grabbed eggs. We ran out of eggs. We grabbed sweet potatoes. Anything we could get our hold on. We hit this dude, and I could see. I threw it, and it hit his driver's passenger side, and I saw the dent form in the car. He slams on the brakes. We run out the back door. We go up to like Avenue A, Avenue B, hang out with everybody. Come back later. His mom comes, a podcast fan, by the way, comes down. We're going up the stairs to go to his house. As soon as he comes up there, she just punches him right in the face. Dude!
Yep.
He falls down the stairs. She goes, "You take your ass home right now." And I was like, "Yes, ma'am." I was gone. I thought she called my dad, but she didn't. Punched him dead in his face. I mean, I can't believe there was potato salad basically on the road.
Bro,
you know what that felony? You know what that felony is called in Virginia?
What?
It's if you throw something at a moving object, it's called hurling a missile at a moving object.
Blood missile.
in New York, it's called Halloween.
Yep, that's a
That's called
felony in
criminal mischief.
Virginia.
Yo,
Felony.
We used to use D batteries.
Yo, D batteries, eggs. I can't believe the shit we used to do. We used to take shaving cream and just fuck people's houses up in eggs, and nobody does that here. The Southern hospitality is awful for kids.
It's because we
y'all
fuck
are
people up for
terrible,
doing that
bro.
here. We
Dude,
fuck
that was
people up
some
for
of the
doing that
best
here.
times I've had, though. That was such a good time.
Not
It
at
sounds like you
somebody
had
else's
fun putting other
expense.
people in danger. That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh, we
Oh
used to take
God,
back
yeah, that was the whole point.
Yep. It was like gang on gang, dude.
We were
would
too
take
young to
everybody's
go
candy.
to jail.
How are you asking me to sponsor Little League baseball stuff and you throwing potatoes?
First of all, don't say the B word. It's football. Let's get that straight. It's football. And I appreciate you. And this was when I was a kid. This is so these kids that you're sponsoring don't go out and do this shit.
Got it. I got it. That makes me feel better.
That's what's up. Hey, anybody got anything they want to put out? We're about 90 minutes in. We're about to wrap this thing up. It was a great show. We got 6 live viewers now. We got a lot of comments. We did really good. Appreciate everybody coming on. My mom just checked in. What's up? Hi to June Hardenberg.
Hey, June.
But we good? You got anything that you want to put out, Mysterio?
Oh no.
Anything? TJ Bell, you always got fucking something to say.
I'm glad to see 2 new faces.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Mysterio's been on my other podcast, Who Cares Podcast. Hey, let's do it again, man. Next Wednesday night, 7:30. We'll have some new topics. I've really enjoyed this. I like the 4 boxes. I really appreciate y'all coming on, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, can we talk about like Big Pharma next time?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Company.
Big
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Look, what I wanted to talk about, but I'm gonna do a podcast with my godson because he's kind of involved. We had a pretty brutal shooting here a couple nights ago at Midlothian Village.
Yeah.
A young lady, 19-year-old young lady died, and the 3-month-old baby was also shot. Reckless for a drive-by. He wanted to talk about it tonight, but he had something to do, so we might do a private podcast and then post it later. But
they shot into a group of kids, is what I heard.
Yep, there's a couple other people still in the house. It's just something's got to give. Maybe that's what we'll do next week.
I'm definitely there for that.
Gun violence, man. Everybody wanted to fuck with these cops, and everybody want to say this and that, but nobody wants to talk about that's just a want to talk about murder. You want to talk about murders going on. I mean,
Facts.
Jesus Christ. But we'll get that. We'll get that next week. So
I'll be
is
here.
that a bet? Is that a bet? Everybody coming back?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna try, man.
Keith, get your brother.
Hey, man, he does what he does, man.
I'm gonna text him. I'm gonna send him this link that he knows that his brother was on. Now maybe he'll do it. I know you guys are super competitive.
Fucking, that's Doughboy, man.
That's Doughboy, baby. All
It's
right.
all about the replay.
Yo,
It's all about
TJ.
the
TJ, thanks for everything you've done, man. Shout out to TJ. But go check out his stuff on his Facebook page. He does a lot of good things. It's awesome. Peace out.
All right, fellas.
All right, man. I'll holler at y'all. Love you, smooches. See ya. Oh, Scotty. 8 live viewers at the end of the show. We did good, bro.
It's a good show, man. It's a
It
good
was
show.
a good show. I love the different perspectives, man. That's
I love the
exactly what we've been looking for. That is
Yep.
awesome.
That's absolutely. I just sat back and listened, man.
I know I felt a little bad because you weren't talking, but we always get to talk, so I like
That's
that.
right. That's right. No, I like having everybody else on.
Because remember, everybody, including Mickey Wright. Shout out to Mickey Wright. I bet she doesn't have no shirt on right now. He has no shirt on right now. He's
There's
sitting on
no
the
way he
couch.
has a shirt on.
No way he has a shirt
drawers
on.
on.
Who cares is on Friday nights, you dumb fucker. Anyways, that was great. I had a good time. I love getting off a podcast happy. I feel like I got everything I wanted to get out. I feel like you got the
good one, man. We got this shit rolling now.
Hell yeah, baby. Remember to share, like all that good stuff, like our page, like the YouTube page, like the Facebook page, share this post. Come holler at us next week. You see how easy it is. You punch the code in, you come in, we talk about it. Love you, Scotty.
Love you too, brother. I'll catch up with you later.
See ya. All right. Now I got rid of them. I can start the show. Imagine that shit. Get rid of all them motherfuckers. And then I go. Now, for real, good show. Shout out to everybody that checked in. Let me go through the shout out sheet, baby. We got Herbie Withers. What's up with you? Keith McCartney not only made a comment, but came on the show. Craig Robinson. Who else? Nicole Daniels. Shout out to my sister. Craig Robinson. Mickey Wright. TJ Bell, Mr. Mysterio, my mom, June Hardenberg. Hi, Jason. That was not Jason. Oh, yeah, it was Jason, the other Jason, Mysterio. All right, that's it. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Next Wednesday, 7:30, same great show, same great channel. Come see us. You want to join us? Come join us. Love you. Smooches.